Meeting the needs of the customer, customer centricity, voice of the customer. There's not an organization out there that wouldn't say, no, we're not customer focused. We're not customer driven. Everybody says that, but it's in execution. And I know that as a change agent, and you've talked so eloquently about how you're positioning your department and how you're helping the whole rest of the company. But lots of times we fail between saying we're customer focused and actually executing on it. And I'd love to just understand a little bit more about how are you ensuring not only your own department, but the company that you're actually executing on being a customer-centric organization.
Well, it's aligning everybody across the organization and having everybody in the organization understand the impact they have and their department has on the customer experience. So it's showing that through customer feedback, through customer journey mapping, through building the voice of the customer. If you don't show to other departments where the gaps are, like, of course, customer service teams are always customer focused. That's what we're there for. But that doesn't mean the accounting team or the purchasing team or the warehouse team necessarily is, because they're not dealing with the customer right in front of them like we are. They're not on the front lines. So it's aligning everybody in the organization to understand where their impact is on the customer and showing that by doing continuous improvement, that can improve the outcome and the end result to the customer, which then in turn obviously improves the whole customer experience, as well as really the improvement of customer experience should equal company growth and customer growth.
Yes. And in fact, you said another couple of things were really important there. Most customer support organizations don't even have direct meetings and direct conversations with the other different departments. Like customer support having a conversation with procurement, having a conversation with operations. But you're talking about doing two things. One, showing them where you can benefit what they're trying to do, their piece of the puzzle, by demonstrating where the gaps are. So I would just love to ask you, is there a story, take a procurement, take operations, take any different department, in terms of where you've been able to identify a gap, where you've been able to help them, where they're seeing customer support as an asset, somebody on their side that is ultimately together, we're helping the customer?
Yeah, I think you got to dig in and do root cause analysis. Another thing that's been helpful to us is to have project plans, because when you have a project plan and you're actually tracking, you can make certain departments accountable and you can collaborate and see where you're falling off on those projects or that continuous improvement. It holds the right people accountable and it keeps a tracking system in place where you can see, oh, that one's going off tracks. There's a red light there. We need to dig in and look into that. But I think also tracking customer escalations, doing a root cause analysis, and then engaging with the departments involved and collaborating again to see where can we improve a process or where can we fill this gap that happened and create a better result for the customer. But not only that, it will cut down on that department's processes, sometimes cut down on issues, create efficiencies to establish or show, oh, this part of the process isn't working. It's creating some friction. And if we jig this a little bit in this process, well, then you guys are going to have a smaller error rate. It's going to be less work for you to, say, in a warehouse situation, reship product to a customer. It's going to reduce costs because we're not having to ship something twice and backtrack on all those errors, not to even mention the resource consumption of someone having to do root cause analysis and go back and do all those things. So I think really it's the continuous improvement piece, getting that data again and making sure you are doing that, closing the loop on the feedback and gathering that data and actually doing something with it to make improvements, which in turn makes everybody's lives better. internally and externally.